First graders, we're back with our math lesson, and today we're going to talk about time, on the hour and half past time. So let's take a look at a clock. Okay, I have my clock here, and we'll come back to this, but you can see half past is 30. All right, so let's take a look at a clock I've drawn for us. Okay, so now we have two hands on a clock, okay? There's the hour hand and the minute hand. So if I was going to do an on the hour time, my hour hand, which is the shorter hand, is pointing directly at a number, okay? See, that is pointing straight at 4, all right? And my minute hand, which is the longer hand, is pointing straight at 12. Okay, so if I were to write this digitally, like on an alarm clock, I would write 4 o'clock. Okay, so remember, hour hand shorter, minute hand longer, pointing directly at the hour it is, and directly at the 12. All right, so let's do another on the hour time here. Okay. Hour hand pointing directly at a number and it's shorter. Minute hand directly at the 12 and it's longer. Okay, so if I was to write first graders, what time would this read? 2 o'clock. Okay, let's try another one of those. Okay, if I want it to say 8 o'clock, where is my hour hand going to point directly at? You got it. It's going to point directly at the 8. Should I go all the way to the 8 with my hand? No, we shouldn't. It's shorter. Okay, now where is my minute hand going to point? You got it, right directly at the 12, and that's my longer one. It's going to make it almost all the way to the 12. All right, so now, all right, and if we wrote it digitally, let's not forget, 8 o'clock. All right, so now I want to talk about times that are half past numbers. Okay, so when we do a half past time, oops. Okay, if you'll remember our little clock over here, we determined that half past is right here at this 6, 30 minutes. Okay, and it shows us what digitally that's going to look like for our minutes. Okay, so let's take a look at how we write that on a clock. All right, if I want to say it's half past 5, okay, so I still have my hour hand. Now, is it going to point directly at 5? No. Is it going to point directly at 6? No, it's going to point in the middle because it's half past. So we need to be halfway to the next number. Okay, and remember my hour hand is my short hand. And it's pointing halfway between 5 and 6 because we're half past 5. So halfway past 5. A minute hand is going to go straight down to that 6 because half past is at the 6, the 30 minutes. So now when I write this digitally, okay, I go back to the number that was behind it, the 5, and I know that 6 is 30 minutes. So it's 5:30. Okay, let's try another one. Let's write half past 7. Half past 7. So my hour hand, which is shorter, is going to go halfway past 7. So here's 8, here's 7, halfway. Okay. My minute hand goes straight down to my 6, and it's longer. Now if I write this digitally, it's half past 7. So I look at the number. It's not pointing directly at a number. It's not pointing directly at 8 or 7. So if it's not all the way to the 8, we go back to the 7. So this is 7:30. Okay, let's try another one. All right, let's write half past 10. Okay, so half past, there's 10. It's halfway to 11. So my arrow points halfway between, and my minute hand points straight down to my 6. So when I write this digitally, it's not all the way to 11, so it's 10:30. All right, let's see if you can get this one. 2:30. 2:30. So let's do my minute hand point. Yes, it will. It will point straight down to the 6. Now, where is my shorthand, my hour hand, going to point if it's 2:30? You got it. Good thinking. It's halfway between the 2 and the 3. We don't want it to point right at either one of them. We want it to be between them. So it's not to the 3, so it's still 2:30. Very good, first graders. Hey, first graders, do me a favor today. Keep an eye on that clock, and when you see that it's 2:30, tell your parents what time it is. All right? Tell them the right time. Remember, if it's 2:30, that long hand's going to be pointing at the 6, so you know that means 30. Okay? And then you see what two numbers it's between, and you go back to the number before. Okay? Tell your parents the times, lots of times today. All right, first graders, we'll see you tomorrow.